Welcome. Foundation Step 8, the lesson on developing your own personalized, that's right, your own personal self care plan. And so the reason I came up with this, and I share mine in the readings in an outline that can guide you to come up with your self care plan. So the first thing I want to remind you about is base this off your strengths and your passions. And now that we're at this foundation step 8 points, the previous foundation step 7, we started looking at how am I living life and what am I bringing into my life. And so this is the shift where we start putting things down in this plan, this live document that you can always adjust based on how you want to live your life and your well-being, and just enjoy it and make life and live it to the fullest. So we look at this holistically, and some of the things I did in the self-care plan, it's nothing new. This guide or structure that I set forth in the book has been around for many, many years. I've used it in mental health counseling. I've used it in addiction counseling. I just kind of made it a little different to fit what worked for me. So as you develop your own self-care plan, bring to mind your practice and sense into the body and see where your mind is, and then develop your goals based off your strengths. So a few things to think about. We'll be looking at these different areas. The first one, which is most important to me, is my mindfulness and spiritual practice. And this comes down to my meditation practice, my mindfulness practice, setting intentions on how I want to live my life towards my values, and spirituality of connecting with this state of being. And so these can mean different things for different people, and spirituality doesn't necessarily mean religion for me. I just believe that there's a God and something that is much greater than us, and which is love, and really it comes down to being able to love myself and love others a similar way. And this allows life to be good and to live life intentionally based off my values and a purpose. And so my mantra is be cool to yourself, be cool to others, because love yourself, love others. That's what it comes down to for me. So this spirituality can be anything. Going to church, praying, whatever it is. That's for you to be creative about. Second area we want to look at is our medication management and our physical health. For me, that means, taking my prescribed medications. As much as I was kind of anti-medication in the past, I know there's benefits to certain ones I'm prescribed, and I also know there are options out there that I can advocate for myself that is alternative medicine. But maintaining that regime of wellness and doing research and looking into things that can benefit me. Next one is your psychological and emotional supports. Do you have people to talk to? Can you process? Do you feel safe? Where's your mental well-being? Do you have resources and access to things that will help you, like groups and just connection, doctors? And knowing when your psychological well-being is in a good place and when it's not. Next one is physical activity. What are you doing? What are you doing for the physical body, which helps the mind, which then helps the soul? Are we being active? Are we doing things? Walking the dog, going to the gym, hiking, whatever it is. Physical activity. And I will tell you this again, one of the favorite things for me to do is just taking a mindful walk. It's awesome. Outdoors. So what are you doing for your physical activity? You know, getting the muscles and bones and mindset strong. That mental fortitude comes in. Plus, when you're doing physical activities, it kicks in those endorphins, those, pleasure senses in the brain. And it makes you feel good. And the hardest part of doing physical activity is just getting started. So don't wait for motivation, just take action. Stop, take a breath, observe, perceive, and proceed with some action. Nutrition, what am I putting into my mouth? From Foundation Step 7, mindful eating. What nutrients are we filling ourselves with? Are we being thankful for being able to afford these foods and drinks that we put into our body? Are we making good choices around food and liquid? Are we grateful that we're able to not only afford this, but the process of having this food in front of us and this liquid in front of us so we can nourish our body when a lot of people can't? And just really with nutrition, realizing one thing I did was being able to step back after I ate and see which foods weighed me down and which foods gave me a little energy. So that's a good reflection to think about. After you eat, sense in the body how you feel. And there might be some foods that maybe you can make better choices on, and that will let your body feel a little better and lighter. Sleep, very important. Next section is sleep. What are you doing for your sleep? Remember, our mind likes to run around and we take that to bed. So what are you doing for sleep? Are you establishing a ritual to sleep? Are you tracking your sleep? There's so many apps now where you can track your sleep. Are you scheduling to go to bed around the same time and wake up around the same time? Are you doing things to let the things go from what we're holding on to in the day before you get into bed so you can get in this relaxed state? That's where some good meditations might come in, like the body scan or the heart-centered practice, which you'll get into Foundation Step 9. Your social connection is the next section. What are you doing for fun? What are you doing for pleasure? Come on, life's supposed to be fun. We're not supposed to be stressed out all the time. It's not living life. So what are you doing with your social connection? Are you going out, meeting people, doing things? Are you having good conversations? Are you learning things, experiencing events? I love concerts, going to concerts, meeting up with people for coffee, going to groups. What are you doing with your social connection? And is there some forms of social connection that you've been doing in the past that probably weren't the healthiest and very stressful social connections, if you know what I mean? And are there ways where we can change who we connect, what we connect, and where we connect with? Next one, creativity and expression. How are you keeping your creativity and expression going? Are you journaling? Are you writing? Are you using your strengths to things you have a passion or interest in? Are there things in the past you wish you would have taken up? And now it's never too late to take those things up and do. Hobbies. Keeping the mind going, learning. Environmental comforts, next on the list. And this just means, how's your home environment? Do you feel safe? Do you have a place of refuge where you can be with yourself, where you can meditate, tune in, your sanctuary? And are you getting outside of your home environment, even with the trauma and the hypervigilant, but exposing yourself to things like nature is very important in healing. And then the last thing I really want to touch on is professional growth and citizenship. So whatever career you're in, how are you growing in that field? Are you satisfied with just doing what you're doing and being stressed about it, or are you making moves? Or are you taking on projects that you're learning from, or are you growing or being creative in your professional career, taking classes? And then citizenship. I ask myself, what can I do for my community? How can I be a good person? And this is where it starts from us. You know, we treat ourselves right, we start treating others right, and we start just helping people. This could be just by saying hi to someone, or having a conversation with someone you don't know, or little simple things to make the world a better place and to have you bring out this really great person that you are. So that's it. Remember, be a good person. I do my best to do that. And so be creative with your self-care plan. And I hope you enjoy it. And remember, it's a live document. You can always change it as life comes with life. So I appreciate you. Love you guys. Be cool to yourself. Be cool to others.